That's the way, 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 that's the way we go. That's the way. Peace, peace. This early morning, get this quick couple miles in before we get our strength training on. Let's jump on here to holler at the people while I'm getting my workout on. I hope everybody having an amazing start to your day. Hope you got up with positive affirmations for yourself. I hope you got you a good workout in this morning. Meditate, contemplate, prayer on the things that need to be accomplished in your life. Yeah, man. So we just jumped on here real fast. I got about, 45 minutes. This little cardio workout, so I got a little time to talk to the people. What's good? What's good, family? Any of my people out here in the city of Flint, your boy home, get some books from me, man. I got a plethora of books I gathered, compiled, and authored myself at our own publishing company. Plethora of books on wisdom and how our temple and school believe. I got a lot of history and science books that's good for adults and children. You know, health is wealth, and education is key. Education is key. And understanding finances is key. And that's what we have to teach. Yeah. And you got time. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year. I want the same old love. Yep. That's what this is with me. It's love. And a lot of people don't love themselves. You know, they let other people tell them who they are and who they not. How somebody gonna tell you that you're not God? They gonna tell you that you some Negro, color, or African American. That you can't do all the things that you think about. Positive affirmations. The atmosphere agrees. I'm telling you. And your body has to be built up in enough shape to do the work. I'm telling you, man. I promise you. Your health is the key to everything. Your health is going to allow you to have the energy to do work. And a lot of people are tapped out because you can't think clearly. And a lot of people don't have focused vision. I use the analogy of a horse. When you see a horse racing and the horse have those blinders on and the horse can't look to the left, the horse don't look to the right, the horse just goes straight because the horse is on a mission. And that's the same thing once you begin to know yourself. Once you understand the ability that you have and you be focused, you're not worried about what's on the right, what's on the left. All that mess gonna be there. And you definitely ain't turning your neck to see what's behind you because we know what's behind us. We did that already. You see? And what's behind, it stays there. You know? The progress and moving forward. Like water. How water flows freely. That's how the body goes. And anybody that you see with big stomachs, raccoon eyes, and swole fingers, and water retention in their joints, is because their water has stopped flowing. And they might not want to admit it, but I'm telling you facts. The water has stopped flowing. Why? Because the body begins to, how can I say, store those liquids. It's just what it is. And it start to affect you inside. And whatever insides, if it don't come out the proper way, it start coming out in your body, in your eyes, in your skin, in your energy. You see people certain eat habits. You see how they eat on the go. Trash, fast food, burgers, meat, sugary drinks. And I'm not here, telling nobody all that they're evil, but I'm saying some of the things that we do, it assists to our unhealthy habits while we're on this earth. And we don't want to be, how can I say, fine like wine and be on 10 and 20 different medicines because the things that we choose to drink and eat that's giving us high blood pressure, that's giving us diabetes, that's giving us gout, that's giving us leaky gut. And I tell a lot of men that, man, if you don't do nothing to help yourself out internally and all you do is put things in you, waste, you're depleting yourself and you're not operating on full cylinders. You're easily swayed. You're easily, how can I say it, pricked. Because a lot of foods that you're eating, it automatically assists with being emotionally unstable. I'm telling you, man, it's just facts. That's why I tell people, man, especially my brothers, that's my age, that's elders, that's over 40. Man, no way you should have no big stomach hanging over your belt. Did you have a big stomach in high school? No, well, you should have a big stomach today. Peace, Noble Brian. If you didn't have a big stomach and big gut in high school, why do you have a big gut and stomach today? You see, I don't care what nobody say. That's why my vibration surpasses a lot of people, because I take me more important than anything else. The outside is nothing but a shell. I can go to Walmart, Target, and be fresh. I create my own brand. I got some dope jogger suits coming out, Noble Brian. The stack style that you like, that we rock, about to kill the game. But you have to be in the right energy, and you have to have the right people around you to motivate you to do the work. A lot of people are tapped. A lot of brothers they're gonna be gone, and it's no disrespect. I'm back home in my city of Flint, and I stick out like a sore nail. Everybody I see, man, you smiling, your teeth clean, you in great shape. What pills and stuff you take? I say, I don't take pills. You don't take Mega Man, vitamins and this? No, I don't take nothing. You don't take protein? No, I don't. And like my mom and my dad said, y'all see my son life. He share everything. He's a real map and a guy. You see the work he put in. You know the work he put in. But see, everybody that look like me, melanated, they think this work is easy. And then when they try to put on my shoes, they throw them mugs off like, I can't do this. That's why real people know real things when I come around. And the work that I've put in. The work that I've put in. And I try to show brothers, man, we can do anything we want. Who told you that we can't put our mind to do something and make it happen? Who told you that? Who told you that it's not great to be a part of something when it's one body with many parts? If a person have all the extremities, if he say, man, I'm a head, an arm, I just need these other body parts, and you can fulfill that body part, why don't you fulfill it? That's a perfect body. That's what we doing here. We perfecting ourselves collectively. And a map and a guide. That's what this is about. I'm back home in my city. Everybody see it. Since I've been home, I've been telling my friends and family, support your brother. I go around my European colleagues that graduated with me from Clear University, because they got a small campus at Mott. What you say? Singing bowl and bells in the flesh. Yes. I go right up to Mott. At Mott Community College is where they have all the universities. They got University of Michigan. They got Michigan State, Ferris State, a couple other colleges. I go right up there, man. They like, well, how long are you going to be here? I'm like, until like the 20-something, then I'm going back to Arizona. because my friend coming. Then I go to Sacramento, and I'm coming back. They're like, well, you able to come up here and lecture anytime you want. All these students bought my books. My ex-professor was like, this is Sheik Goodman Bay. You know, he stay in Arizona, blah, 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 blah. I'm passing out my cards. They all pull me up right then. All these European students and misnumbered Chinese students pull me up right then. Wow, you famous and all this. I said, I don't have millions of followers like most of these socialites. They said, we don't give a damn about no followers. They're like, you a real scholar and educator. Followers don't mean nothing. All these college kids subscribe to my YouTube channel. All of them bought all my books yesterday. And then I showed all them college students that I have a library with over 1 million books and documents, not only just on my company pages, but in my database. I open my database at the community college the same way that I do when I go to Grand Canyon in Arizona and ASU and Arizona Christian College and the Peoria Community College. They were amazed. Like, you have all these books, and right then, they on Amazon, you can hear them whispering. My mom will tell you, they like, this book costs $3,000 on Amazon. This book costs $500 on Amazon. This book costs $1,800 on Amazon. This book costs this. They like, we can get this from you right now as an ebook. I'm like, yeah. They said, right now, right now. So some of the books that was like $1,500, a couple books that's $1,000 that my members got, they didn't mind buying the books for like $80. They just put their money together. They're like $80, not nothing. All the students put their hand up. A couple students, one student had like 40, the other student had like 20, the other student had the extra 20. That made it 40. Boom. They all split it. Then I went to the next book. I did about, I say I sold about like 60 books yesterday. And then, Saturday, because they on campus on Saturday. They have the campus be open and they be having lecture. And my professor, he have lecture. Well, not my professor now, but one of my ex-professors, he have lecture on Saturdays. And I'm telling y'all, I'm going back up there later on today, just for 2 hours. And when I say 2 hours, I know it's going to be longer than 2 hours. And this is what I'm saying, what our brothers and sisters be missing. A map and a guide. They like, you work out, do all this. They was asking me how old I am. I'm like, I'm 48. They didn't believe me. They was asking to see my ID. I like, so you don't believe me? I said, why would I lie about my age? They're like, you don't look 48. You look way younger than that. And my ex-professor was laughing like, yeah, show the ID. All the kids like, well, my dad is your age. Why he look like that? Other students like, wow. Well, why do they look like that and I look like this? And I'm showing them what I do. I'm showing them how I intermediate fast and how I eat through the day. Like all through the day, I drink my smoothies and coconut water. You know, I might have nuts and stuff through the day, but I intermediate fast and I might eat 1 meal a day. After 7 o'clock, I don't eat nothing. After 7 o'clock, all meals are cut off. And I do a lot of liquid, I do a lot of smoothies. And I drink a lot of fruit juices and things. That's why I'm always energized. That's why I'm always up at a certain time. I get my rest, but I operate on the system. I can eat the same thing every day because I know how to food prep. I don't have to go out of my budget. When people say, oh man, I went grocery shopping and it cost me this much. Then the next month you go grocery shopping and it costs more because you shopping osmosisly. My grocery bill is the same each month. Unless me and my wife, a couple of times out the month, we might go have a good meal because we enjoy ourselves together and our quality time. But I do the same thing every day. And that's how I live. And I tell people, this is a lifestyle. This ain't nothing. This ain't no internet stuff. And that's why when people meet me in real life, or when they jump on my page, they say, nope, ain't no charlatan can deal with you. Ain't no person that got all these fictitious names. They call themselves Keys this, or Ben this, or fake Billy Carson, that ain't even him, or all these other fictitious names. I don't have no fictitious name. I don't have no fake P.O. box. I don't send my people to no burn a house and get y'all caught up in some Ponzi scheme and some pyramid scheme. And I know misnomer black folk don't know nothing about investing, don't know nothing about profit and loss, don't know nothing about assumption of risk, don't know nothing about ROI, they don't know the language. So why would I even deal with people that's poor mentally to tell them to invest some money that they don't have? Because everybody right now waiting on a tax return to spend their money. And they don't invest with their profit, they angel, they chic, and understand the tax exempt status and get a tax exempt receipt and watch us do work. Because we selfish. And I'm selfless. And I tell people, when I be saying I'm going to be gone in a minute, I mean that in a manifestation where I'm going places. I'm going places. That's what I'm saying. I'm reaching people as I continue to up my travels. I told people, I said, once this stuff blow over, when that pandemic happened, it has slowed me down my travels to a couple universities. Now my stuff picking back up. And I told people, this really don't mean nothing to me. This is not my claim to fame, YouTube and Instagram, and asking people for donations and all that, and they don't. When I go to colleges and when I speak at churches, it's already done. And I keep saying, they're like, why do you do that? And I say, why do you on the internet and you asking people and they don't follow suit? You've been doing this forever. Stop that. I say, no, that's part of my charity. I love it. I love to reach my people, and maybe I'll catch somebody that's inspired and we'll go to the next level. And I might be in their city helping them. But until then, this is my charity. I do a lot of charity. I help a lot of kids. I ain't even been home for a week. I told y'all, I know where to go get backpacks filled with all type of stuff. I donate it away. I know how to get things done. But I'm telling my people, I need my people. No government, no principality is going to give you some money to educate your people. If you get any money from the government, it's going to be on a faith-based initiative. And you're going to have to be doing government-mandated teaching. And I'm not doing that. I feel that we can operate with the donations from my people. I feel my people to understand that you give me your money to Uncle Sam, you shouldn't do that. You should, what? Support us with your charitable contributions, and I give you a tax exempt receipt. And you file it, and that's how you're able to file exempt forever. But it fall on deaf ears, and then we be begging the powers that be and the government and all these systems to educate our children. And all they want to do is give you a shot. A lot of people don't know this because they're not in academia. Just like now in the 4th grade, right now they have regular police at these schools. Your kid get in trouble in the 4th grade, they arrest them and fingerprint them. So when they get older, they already in the system. And y'all don't know this. I talk about this stuff. You ain't finna set our babies up for failure. See, this, you have to know this. Why? If you work in that system, I work in that system. Just like a lot of kids ADHD or attention or they got their little autistic. I tell parents, I look at their diet. I said, you prolonging their ailments. Why? By the food you feed them. You feed them ketchup. You feed them genetically modified organisms. You feed them McDonald's. All that. You're not feeding them nothing that assists them. That's why they messed up. And then most of these parents give their kids what? A tablet or a phone. And these kids are so smart. They advance in technology. They go right to the stuff they're supposed to look at. They go right to the porn, to the adult cartoons, because parents that have children that's special from the creator, they just let them be. They not homeschooling them. They think the school's supposed to do all that. I'm telling you what I know, and then they be upset. Don't be upset. Don't be upset. This part of my profession. I work with autistic kids. I work with kids in foster homes. I work with kids being abused. All this. I have an expertise, and I'm educated. This is what I be telling people. We got to let our own kind deal with us, counseling and all this. And then I know a lot of men that's mentally messed up, that's schizophrenic today, playing games and mess around and be on that crazy floor in the hospital. I said this is community, man. And when I say the churches is just doing a disservice for a lot of the people today. Like me and my mom was talking, she's like, and somebody said, well, you can go to the church and have your funeral. My mama said, so freaking what? That's all we're gonna celebrate is death? Who gives a damn? What about life? What about stopping all that and zero tolerance before we have to be burying our babies? What are we teaching our babies? Just like right now in certain neighborhoods, see, y'all don't know a lot of this stuff. In certain urban neighborhoods, you notice a lot of parks are not up in order. But the city councilman should be making things happen. A lot of times the government official be taking all the basketball rims and stuff down because they know misnomer black kids love basketball, right? And so when you have nothing to do, when you have no parks, what's that? That's promoting the police. That means more fun than them to lock your babies up. The kids don't have no parks to go shoot no hoops. When I was young, when I was in my teens, it was parks all over the city of Flint. We went to every park from around 10 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock. We going from park to park to park to park. You can't do that no more. But then you got city councilmen and all these city, and everybody paying local taxes and property taxes, but you have no parks. Why do you think? I know why. I'll show y'all all the records. Why do you think they took the bells off all the churches, and then I started showing y'all all the universities like Detroit, Mercer, where they had the bells and the poles? Y'all didn't know that's electricity? And then when I started showing y'all the University of Tampa, what they built over, they said it was a hotel, but what was it before then? I can start showing all these things. Bells and bells. You used to have large bells. They used to ring simultaneously, vibration. Just like my Tibetan bowls and my crystal bowls and the bowls you sing and the vibration bowls. You have to understand and be like, why did they take all these bells down and try to destroy them? I'm telling you why. Because it shook vibration. See, they like to talk about draconian and vampires and all that, but it stopped vibration. It stopped lower energy. I'm telling you what I know. And if anybody get on here acting like they don't know what I'm saying, you a fool. And you promulgating, how can I call it, propaganda? Because you know damn well what the bells mean. If the bells weren't powerful, why did they take all the bells off all the churches and all the ancient monuments? They got big bells. I told y'all, look at Detroit, University of Detroit Mercer, and look all the way at the top. You're going to see all that indigenous tribe sculpture, which is just like on some other buildings in Detroit when I start showing y'all. And at the top, you're going to see those poles, you're going to see those metal rods sticking up, and you're going to see that bell. I'm telling you. They talk about where them fans at. Screw them fans. Where them bells at? Ding. Where them bells at? Ding, ding. Where them bells at? Ding. Ring them bells. Read them Tibetan bowls. Ring them crystal bowls, and then you're going to start seeing things happen. You're going to start feeling that vibration in your ear. You're going to start seeing all the birds come and sit right next to you. You're going to start seeing all the animals come right next to you. When I sit outside and I'll be doing my Tibetan bowls or my crystal bowls, you can just hear the wind blowing. You can hear everything so clear. Your ears start ringing, and then nature start coming to me. When I blow my shofar early in the morning, which the Jews blow, same thing. You have to know how to blow that shofar, because it's like blowing a trumpet. I never was educated or trained in playing the trumpet, but I had to meditate my spirit. I had to research, and I had to figure out how to position my mouth to blow the shofar. It's almost like that, like you blowing a trumpet. And once you get that skill, I mean, the sound is almost like sound waves, and you can see the vibrations, and everybody know what I'm saying. And if you don't, that's the issue. You're not connected to the earth. We are connected to the earth. We are earthlings. I'm telling you, man, and if you don't understand that, it's kind of hard for me to explain it. Even when just think about it. When I say you connected to earth and connected to seeds, when you get the right stuff in you, you see how you feel. And when you get the wrong stuff in you or heavy food, they call it itis. Why is that? I don't get itis from my smoothies, my coconut water, my nuts, all through the day, and eating a healthy meal, once a day. My intermediate fasting, that's for me. It don't affect me. What's up? All right. So that's what I'm telling you, man. It's like the people have to support what we're doing, and just pay attention, man, because it's nothing new under the sun. It's nothing hidden. We don't have to be afraid. And I tell people, you have to be educated. You have to let your brother teach you. You have to. We've been letting other people teach us wrong and letting other people collect our dollars saying they're going to do this, and nothing happened. Look at our communities in our neighborhoods. We got city councilmen and people that's supposed to represent us, and the neighborhoods is in shambles. I'm in my city of Flint. All urban neighborhoods look the same. Raggedy. And I don't mean no disrespect to no one. I see a lot of my friends Noble Bryan, and they all out of shape. They got big stomachs. And when I come around, people say, you different. Yeah, I'm different. Oh, because you still a caterpillar, and I done transformed. I done been in my cocoon and came out as a beautiful butterfly, and you still walking around on your knuckles and your stomach. You still a caterpillar. I have evolved. And if people don't want to go with you, they can't go, y'all. You don't evolve and then go back and try to be friends with the people that you evolved from. If you can't raise them up, they can't go with you. If you can't raise them up, they can't go with you. You have to be okay with people not going. They're not on that level. It's a song that Busta Rhymes and Nas on his NIGG album. And it's talking about fried chicken, blah, blah, blah. They say Negroes will eat stuff till it kill them. Why? Because that's just what Negroes do. And then Busta Rhymes and Nas laugh at the end. Ha, 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 ha. Because it's true. We'll drink liquor and know it's nasty and be like, do you taste good and all? You make those ugly faces when you drink it. Oh. So that means it's not good. So why are we doing it? What you trying to do? The same thing with marijuana. I ask people, what do you smoke marijuana for? Just to be high? Because if you're doing it just to be high, then you escaping something. Marijuana is not for that when you're in a higher self, if you understand science. That's why I tell people, if you tuned in, you will understand the signs and symbols. You will see in the hieroglyphics all through the Bible, you will see the shashat. You will see the shashat. You will see the shashat, also related to the female counterpart of wisdom. The sashat, also Sophia, but the sasat, the incense that they burnt inside the tent that only the high priest can go in. They wouldn't burn just no incense. And this is what I tell people, the herb is from the earth. The high priest used certain things to go into their higher self. Just like the native people, when I talk about the spirit molecule, aka DMT, those things. That no disrespect. Others that not connected to the earth, they have to take psychedelics. But when you connect it to the earth, like myself and others, the DMT, the spirit molecule, is inside you. Now the thing is, do you know how to activate it? And I don't care if you call yourself some imam, some all this. I guarantee you it takes a certain person that's educated, that skill, that had the guys to activate that DMT, that spirit molecule. And these facts. And I know most people haven't been able to be in those places where I have to deal and bring out the DMT, the spirit molecule, without what? Hallucinics, without all those holistic drugs, without having to take heroin and all that like they did experimental. Once you understand that spirit molecule is embedded inside your DNA. Now, how do you activate it? How do you activate your chakras? How do you take your kundalini and take it out of a knot? Because that spirit molecule is inside. You don't need foreign drugs. That DMT is inside. Now the shashat, which is in the hieroglyphics, which is Sophia, which is that marijuana leaf, is for you to go into your higher self, to activate that DMT, that spirit molecule. That's why we grew our own plants. That's why the herb is so beautiful. I tell a lot of people, when you can, as you perfect things, you can even turn your marijuana instead of smoking it and drink it and put it in tea bags. We teach this, but a lot of people, it's tapped, y'all. Brothers that go around that say they Moors, you look at them, all you gotta do is look in the eyes, because your eyes will tell real lies. Look at these people's eyes. Why do you think most people wear sunglasses, dark sunglasses all day? You will see brothers in certain areas with dark sunglasses on all day inside. Ask them why. You can do whatever you want, but why are you covering your eyes? That's what everybody say. The eyes is a, how can I say it, nonverbal communication gate. So when the person is in an enclosed environment and they have on dark glasses, it's something that they don't want you to see behind the eyes. It's something that they want you to see behind the eyes. Maybe people might smoke too much and all through the day their eyes is red. But that's the thing. But you have to always be able to do the work. And whatever you're doing should affect your work. Nothing you're doing shouldn't affect your work. It should be time of the day that you do everything. Your life should be on the system. And I try to show people my life is on the system. I food prep. Everything I do is prepped. I know my bills are the same each month unless something happen, unless, a little emergency happen. But I know how to prep. I know how much money I put aside to enjoy me and my wife. If I need, I grow a lot, so I always have what I need. And I don't go outside of my budget. There's no reason to. If I take care of me, and that's what I tell people. It's 24 hours in a day. And people say they don't have time. And I say, well, you work I got 2 jobs. Well, you should have some money. People work 2 jobs, $40, and don't have no money. And talk about, well, I'm chasing the money. Yeah, you chasing the money, but you ain't going to enjoy it because you're going to die. Why? Because you're not in shape. You chasing money to dress up. I tell y'all, man, once you get into your higher self, man, don't chase money. Man, don't chase money because you know what you need to survive. You live under your means when you become into your higher self. Why? Because you in this world, or you of this world, but you're not in it per se. You understand what's going on. You can see clear. I can see clearly now. The veil is gone. The veil is religious dogma. The veil is doubting who you are, not understanding your powers and your abilities. You know? Every man, if they have time in the morning or in the evening or at night, they should be getting their miles in, doing their strength training, and taking at least 20 to 30 minutes to read every single day. If you spiritual, you should open your Bible, you should open your Quran, and all holy books that synchronize, and get that mental exercise every single day, the same way you do your body. You say you need to eat every day, well, your brain needs to eat every day. You say you gotta use the bathroom, all this. Well, your brain need to do all that. Think about it. People, they reboot their hard drive on their computer more than they reboot their hard drive in their brain. We get a flush and fill on our vehicles every scheduled time, but do we get a flush and fill on our own bodies, y'all? No. A lot of people inside is so messed up. I know brother's stomach's big as hell. Diabetes, high blood pressure. You know, dialysis. All these things, and these brothers be under 50 years old. Why? None of that stuff is hereditary. It's because what you eat and what you drink. Why your stomach is big as hell. Why your ankle's big as hell. And why you have diabetes. Why you have diabetes. Look at these people eating and drinking habits. And then after they get sick and all that, now you feel I need to change it. And sometimes it might be too late. I tell people, you injure your body so much to where you got to take medicine and get your blood drawn. Your body might be depleted in a certain state, because I showed y'all this in my healthy eating and living, to where your helper T cells are so depleted, any little thing, a little virus or anything, it's like warning, because you can pass. Why? Because your helper T cells is not built up in a certain way to fight that disease off. And you've been putting medicine in your body, poison in your body so much to fight disease. Now your body is reacting to it. Now you need that poison. You see what I'm saying? And I know people to get their blood drawn, diabetes and all this, and they eat like freaking crap. They eat like crap. And I say, that stuff that you eating, I say, that's not food. That's not food. Even the stuff that they feed you in the hospital when you get sick, that's not food. You go to the hospital to get healed. I wouldn't eat none of that stuff in a hospital. All that apples, all that stuff in there is trash. They give a person milk, and you might be lactose intolerant, but they give you all this stupid milk. All this stuff that's not good for you. They don't give you no healthy, balanced diet. They give you trash because they got a contract with companies just like prisons do. I'm telling you what I know. And I told you, man, it's big money in us. Just like on social media. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry to show misnomer black people acting a damn fool. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry to show misnomer black people on all social media platforms acting a goddamn fool. All our women, adult women, ass naked, all in the clubs, ass naked, just fighting. All our brothers fighting, high as hell, on TV. All these old ass gangsters on the internet just telling all they gangster stories, and all of them getting indicted, RICOs. These Negroes is retarded. Look at it. You look at the internet, and we talk about all the young dudes. We got to say the young dudes. No old fool can't say no young dude, because they can go on the internet and see men my age and past my age, 50, 60 years old, going to prison. RICO cases. You got old Negroes with beards grayer than mine on the stage with these young rappers in my city of Flint. And back in the day, they had their own music studios. They wouldn't help no young kids. They wouldn't do nothing with the young kids in the community. They had an old rapper, and the old rapper got killed because he was a drunk. I ain't got to say no names. And now all these young men is doing it in our hood. And I say these old Negroes with these gray beards ain't nothing but vampires. Don't y'all got to understand that they sucking energy. If you go back in history, you see it. When you didn't do what you're supposed to do and feed the young people wisdom and knowledge to help them grow and have studios and all that, the people you deal with got to go younger and younger and younger. And you a vampire and you a bloodsucker. These brothers don't even have studios. They can't book nobody shows. They bloodsuckers. I told y'all, like Nas says, they live in a second childhood. We be talking about some white people or this, man. No, you can see that coming. Our community, what we do in our community. You know, you hear the analogy, brothers say, man, I got myself together. I came back to the community and I stunted on them people. So that's what you want to do, all that negative energy. You want to come back and stunt on your people? That's some sick shit. That's the psychosis of mental unstableness that the misnomer black man have when he look at his own brothers and sisters and say he want to stun on them instead of bringing them up. Instead of showing the brothers how we can do something together. To show them that we wisdom and education. To show them the difference so they can see a real man standing up in all the churches and all the so-called Masonic houses against all the so-called Hebrew Israelites and the stupid so-called sovereign citizen Moors and the pro-black people with all that back to Africa stuff. Standing up in truth. Breaking down history and the 13th, the 14th Amendment and the 15th Amendment. Breaking down manumissions. Breaking down Declaration of Human Rights. Breaking down everything from the language and then throwing it back to you. Because I can rest my case and it would be no rebuttal. With nothing I'm saying, if we're going to be basing it on wisdom and facts. Everything I can say, I can rest my case and it can be no rebuttal. And then what our brothers say, they start playing semantics or start hating. And that's the problem. Instead of coming together, everybody wants their own little piece. And one of the words yesterday in Sunday school was what? Solidarity and selfless. Solidarity and selfless. A lot of our people don't understand the solidarity aspect because you got certain individual groups in the community like fraternities. You got Kappas, you got the Q Dogs, you got all the women fraternities. All those little groups, you're not going to do a big global thing and make the big impact in our city. Here it is, we got a little small city in Flint, Michigan. Last time I checked, it might have been about 70-some thousand people in the city of Flint. And you got all these stupid-ass fraternities and all these stupid-ass church groups and all these stupid-ass people that ain't came together yet. I'm saying it like that, of solidarity, and then they all run a church each Sunday and they be up, yes, solidarity. You're not even practicing solidarity in your real life. All these little churches in Flint all scattered, all trying to chase the same dollar. I rode past the street the other day, I'm in Flint, it's 4 churches on one little raggedy street in Flint. That shit's stupid, and it's about like 10, 15 people in each church. That tells me something about these stupid-ass pastors. Y'all don't know how to come together, all y'all have a coalition? This stuff is just stupid, and I'm seeing it. I'm like, what's the purpose? Y'all still ain't understand about solidarity coming together? You got 5 fraternities in the city of Flint, and all of them doing their own thing. And all y'all fraternities ain't came together like a big coalition in this raggedy little city of Flint, Michigan? Come on, man. Come on. We're not in competition. That's why I tell people we should have a common denominator. I don't give a damn if you're some Greek fraternity, which don't make sense to me, but if you're a Kappa, a Q Dog, or Iota, whatever the hell you're supposed to be, even the women, it should be some solidarity if y'all all melanated. These powers that be got us fucked up. Y'all ain't nothing but a gang, just like everybody else. If the trumpet came, all these fraternities, it'd be gangs. And then what? Y'all will fight each other? It ain't no solidarity. And then these fraternity Negroes and women talk about they spiritual, they Christians. How are you a Christian? And I ask you, do you understand what solidarity means? Because you and your specific, I'm a Q Dog, or I'm a whatever the hell y'all be wearing the red, making the women ski wee wee. You don't know nothing about no solidarity. How can you? The Masons, all these Negroes with all this pseudo stuff, these pro-black Negroes. You don't know nothing about no solidarity. Democrat, Republican, you don't know about no solidarity. Especially my people in the city of Flint, weren't even that many people. where it's more churches than liquor stores. And it ain't even enough money, and everybody fighting for a dollar. And why our city is depleted. You come to our city, every urban neighborhood that we grew up in is raggedy as hell. Point blank. And what's going to happen? The powers that be going to come right back like they did a while ago and spend a couple $1 million and buy all that plight. And what's going to happen? I'm telling you, I noticed, I've been looking in the archives all my life. They're going to push all these poor people into the high rises. They call them projects like they did years ago. I'm telling you, you're going to be forced out your home. Think I'm a joke, and I'll start showing you all the shit that they did. Y'all don't remember Rush Limbaugh. Back in the day, he used to have his radio show. He said, and everybody called him racist or prejudiced. I don't care what nobody say. I'm above that. I understand what people say, and I can come back at them from scholar because I'm elite. I agree with what Rush Limbaugh said in the aspect. He said, man, the city of Flint, you need to blow half of it up. Why? Because when you go the north side, south side, east side, you'll have blocks. It might be 1 or 2 houses on the block. The rest all burnt the fuck up and abandoned. And the city ain't tore it down. And that was all in the urban community. You look at the schools. The schools is in shambles. Here it is. You got kids that's in the neighborhood from, how can I say, broken homes, low income, and say if a brother that may have got a strike on his, like when I was young, I got in trouble, trying to be slick. Just like another one of my friends, my boy Jew, he got in trouble when he was young, but he got his master's. He's a counselor in Detroit. And he was trying to work in schools and things. And here it is, he got a master's. I have a master. He got his master's in psychology. I got my master's in Christian counseling, and I got a bachelor's degree in business management. We the ones that's supposed to be able to teach these babies in the urban schools. And they got people that just went to college and passed the teaching test, and they in there just going over the numbers with the kids. They're not teaching these kids. And then the schools is not smart enough to say, you know what, we need to bring these contracted educational people in, like myself, that have curriculum, that can teach 7th hour to these babies the same way the Jews do. Our kids are unequipped because they don't know who they are, and they don't know the value of a dollar. That's what they don't teach in college and high school, because they want all your money to go back, and they want you to be a nigga. I'm telling you, they don't teach finances in high school and college. Why you think most NBA players, after they done playing, they be broke, or they got to go work for the European? They can talk that shit all they want to, but these is facts. I know too many people that I went to high school with that played for Michigan State. Them Negroes worked for the European man, or they didn't finish college. Or if they did finish college, they messed up, and now they work for the man. After you done made millions and millions of dollars, you should have your own thing going on. But people be in their lower self. They have no skills. The only skill they have is dribbling the fucking basketball. Excuse my candor. So if you take basketball away, what do you have? Nothing. You have no education, you have no skills, you're not a people person, you're not smart, you're not filled with the Holy Spirit, so it's just basketball. But what if all these babies don't give a damn about no basketball? What do you have to offer? Nothing. Nothing. Did you graduate from college? No, but I played basketball. I don't care about no basketball. That shit don't mean nothing. Some basketball. Is your son a good kid? Do he understand the value of a dollar? Do he love the Lord? Nope. Do you take your son to a spiritual house? Do you know who you are? Nope. So your kid don't. But we talk about some basketball. Man, don't nobody care about that shit. And that's what a lot of kids, and that's what a lot of parents, they want their kids to live out their dreams. Basketball, basketball, basketball. But a lot of these ex-basketball players that played college or went pro, they right back in our city. They ain't doing nothing magnanimous. They working for white people or Europeans that went to the same schools that they went to, and they might have walked on, but see, their family was professionals, and now you got to go work for them. And they be act like it's something big. No, you a mouthpiece. You ain't nothing but a motivational speaker. And it ain't no slander. That's the truth. That's the truth. Most of these brothers have no skills, and they make mistakes as adults. Then what? Everything that you do is over. You got to go work for the man. It's just what it is. Nobody care about no basketball. Our neighborhood is in shambles. None of them people own nothing in the community. All those ex-basketball players from our neighborhood, see what they own. I bet you they don't own a goddamn thing. I bet you they don't own none of the houses in the neighborhood. I bet you they don't have no nonprofits where they're helping kids go back to school and buying backpacks and uniforms. I do it every year, and I ain't never go pro. I fill up almost 1,000 backpacks with pencils and toothbrushes and all that. And I ain't been to the NBA. When I go back home to Arizona, they got these guys that's like out of a prison program. I put 20 ex-prisoners in suits, show them how to do their resume. I help so many brothers because I know guys in trucking, and I link brothers up to get their trucking license through a brother that I know. And he big on the internet. He say, man, why you just don't come out here with me and I can put? I said, dude, I'm low key. I'm gonna do my own thing because I don't want nobody to say they did this. This is Allah's creation. I'm not chasing dollars. See, money is given, not earned. I know this. I have businesses where I make money. But this, I don't need to join forces. We need to come together because I have my own platform. I'm an educator. I'm a spiritual man. I'm a map and a guide. I'm a teacher. We need to create our own so when our kids is going to these public schools and all this, they can come to me for 7th hour. In the summertime, you can bring your kid to our campus. You can log on with your laptop and your kid can take these structural classes. Just like when the pandemic came, people weren't prepared. I've been prepared because I have a curriculum. I can give your kid a laptop. The whole program is on there. We go through it every day, blah, 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 blah. Very simple, the same way with adults. And that's what this is about. It's a certain system. Like, I take the analogy of Boy Scouts. It's certain ranking that you go through. Before you be a Boy Scout, you gotta be a Tiger Cub. It's ranking. I deal with ranking. I ain't took no oath. The initiation is the wisdom and the strength and the heart. That's the initiation with me. And most people can't last because a lot of their life is fugazi. Your life is not built on nothing. We don't understand about supporting. A lot of people be sitting home watching all these different ministries, T.D. Jakes, Joe Ostens, and looking at their big magnanimous, I call them auditoriums, because that's all they is. They don't have no classes. Well, they having class. How you know? Because all I see is them posting themselves. All you see is the preacher posting themselves. If you having classes and all this and teaching kids, you would be showing that. It's not happening. It's a big auditorium where they teach and they go home. If that preacher stopped preaching in there, that auditorium will be abandoned. It will be abandoned. Just like a lot of these multi-millionaire houses that a lot of these celebrities own. Once they leave, it's abandoned. So you got these big churches and there's no classrooms or nothing. When the preacher done, it's over. And that's what I'm saying. We can change this if people understand what we're doing. We can change this whole paradigm in one calendar year. And I'm going to keep saying the same thing until my flesh is gone. Because the same way that they made it, T.D. Jakes, Joe Osteen, all that, is the same way I can make it and be righteous with it. I mean, when T.D. Jakes was in the city, he came to a lot of my family. I told y'all, it's a lot of stuff that I know. He told one of my cousins, two of my cousins, they mama, he about to blow up. He said, I'm about to do this woman thou art thing. I'm about to blow up. I'm about to get rich. He had one ugly suit, and it was shiny as hell because he ironed it so much. I'm telling you, my mama come here and tell you the whole story. That's why when people be seeing me, they be like, oh, if you're going to expose, no, you know what it is. I don't got to expose you. You expose yourself. I'm going to still be right here. I told y'all, when I was in ministry, I traveled all around. I saw all of them in their regular self, and it ain't nothing. It's a whole bunch of untrained old Negroes that is not educated. Maybe they knew how to sing, and a lot of them from down south. So they brought that poly parody, and they brought that hacking to the city of Flint. And that's how you can tell an uneducated preacher. How? When they get the hacking and poly parody, or they'll just start singing. I'm telling you, these is facts. This is no slander. That's why I said, people got crackheads, junkies, homosexuals, fake lying preachers, all that in their family. It ain't no different in my family. It's just, I had the pleasure to be in ministry and see that shit with my own eyes and call their asses out. Face to face like this, just like this, face to face, and see it all. And I told everybody a long time ago, what's done in the dark come to the light. The people that you done that to, it exposed you. Why? Because you got internet now. And it ain't no disrespect. I told y'all, it's a dude on the internet named Larry Reed. And yet, that man probably homosexual, whatever, people know, whatever. I don't care about nobody's sexual preference. They ain't got nothing to do with me. But you go on there, and he's talking about the young bloods. That's family I know. That's family I know. And like my mom said, certain people that's predators, they see the weakness, or they might see that I don't like to say that gaydar, but they see that sparkle or that little, in your eye. They know who to attack. They know who to, how can I say, they know who to groom. I'm telling you, man, just like the COGIC, the Church of God in Christ. Man, all that shit grooming. With all that, he's the prophet this, he's the prophet this. I'll be waiting for them Negroes to come because I know, man, no disrespect. It's a whole bunch of weird shit. I'm telling you. It's a whole bunch of weird shit. You don't let no Negro lay his hands on you. Talk about he's showing you how to speak in tongues. How? I just broke down what tongues is. Speaking God's word in your native language. Can't nobody put their hands on you, take a class, and he's showing me how to speak in tongues. What he teaching you? Gibberish? Because the Bible says, if nobody understands it, that's for you and God. Everything these people be doing be outside the biblical scriptures. Everything. But what we do, Negroes try to clean it up. Like you got all these celebrities that be trying to clean the shit up. Like what's the dude named Marvin Sapp said that shit, close the doors. This is what these Negroes say. He didn't say lock the door. I said niggas is some of the sourest people in the world. And then you have some goofball fat church clown on there. See, you can't lock the doors. The church doors don't have locks on them. Yes, they do, sucker. You just touching one door. They do got locks on them. Stop playing with me. I'll go right up to all the church and show you they do. And that man said, close the doors. It's that many people in here. You already raised money. It's that many. I need $20 from 1,000 people. That was 20,000. I guess he asked for $100 from them people. But that's not biblical. And y'all know it. And all we do, church folks and our grandmom and them, they make excuses for dumb shit. Got time for that dumb shit. My dad, an elder, 78. He like, man, the problem is a lot of these old people need to get the fuck away. A lot of people, parents, need to go. A lot of these preachers need to go. Because this shit is stupid as hell. Then you have Ricky Smiley on the internet making excuses. All y'all fraternity jumping Negroes. See, I know the game. They all fraternity. And so what they be doing? We got to clean this up. And Ricky Smiley, stupid ass, get on there with the dumb shit. And all y'all follow celebrities. But wasn't this Negro was the one that, hell, he got twins. And if the woman didn't call him out on social media, he would have never said nothing. I told y'all, social media is the new wave. When people, they'll start telling and everything, then you got to tell on yourself. But see, the internet, nobody get on no and close the doors. Close the doors. This is a mega church and all this, and to raise this money. And after you raise that money, what it's for? Because the brother said, it costs to sit up here. That's what that man said. It costs to sit up here. That's what he said. He said it costs to sit up here. So I don't have no problem with people donating, but you don't tell nobody what to give unless you, just like in church, it's a membership. If you're a member of the church, you give whatever, 10% of your income, and you can give an offering. But don't nobody tell you what to do. Don't nobody put no set on it. You should know the set because giving is something from the heart, not forcefully. This is biblically. You don't get up there and tell nobody how much to give. That's the same thing that Creflo Dollar said, man, he wish he could line people up and shoot them. Y'all saw Creflo Dollar and that other preacher when they was running across the money. Ooh, look at all this money. Ooh, look at all this money. That's the stupid stuff that Negroes do. That's not biblical. And people be supporting this stuff. And this not slander. This is compare and contrast. That is not that's not science. That's not spirituality. That's nigga shit. Excuse my candor. And just because they some preachers or they some singers, that don't mean nothing. Oh, cause Marvin Sapp a singer, that mean he's a preacher, huh? I told y'all, this shit's stupid. But the Bible says it's qualifications to be a pastor. So when you go to Titus, do anybody fit that mold of what the scripture says, that is qualifications of a pastor? Are they educated? Are they trained? Do they know finances? Nope. These Negroes entertainers. And that's how they get y'all. How? They'll sing y'all to death. Or they'll polyparrot y'all to death. Oh, he can sing. Singing has nothing to do with anointing. Hell, Kirk Franklin be singing and spinning all around like Prince. But is he a minister? Is he anointed? Would you want to go here, listen to Kirk Franklin, a minister? He gonna start singing. And I ain't mad at him being no entertainer. Most of that shit is entertainment. And it's covered as gospel music. That shit ain't nothing but entertainment. That's all it is. And half of the stuff, it ain't good music to me. I like regular songs. I like Marvin Gaye. You give me Marvin Gaye, one of them dumbass church songs, Amazing Grace, Save a Wretch Like Me, man, you better give me Marvin Gaye. Got time for that slave stuff. And we ain't gonna say nothing. And we push that on our babies. Man, get out of here with that dumb stuff. We can read today. Maybe our moms and stuff and our grandmoms couldn't read back then, but damn it, we can read today. What you talking about? Ain't no white man doing nothing to you. It's these dumb black preachers and this education system that's destroying us. You can go on the internet every day and find some stupid body preacher, just like the stupid preacher that had that hair, that wig I showed, and he going under the deposition, and this fool done took a damn Mercedes-Benz and cut it and made it a limo. This man said he got to get Armani and expensive suits because he sweat a lot. In 1 month, he spent $30,000 on suits. In a year, he spent over $250,000 on entertainment and food. And then he lying in a deposition. They like, why are you lying? Oh, I live in an apartment, this, and the other. Man, you live in a $2.5 million house. What the hell are you talking about? These people are ingenuous. They're not honest. And then the Negro got on the internet with all these stupid people. Oh, I seen God. He said he got a whole bunch of rubies on him. He got diamonds. Diamonds ain't even worth nothing. He got diamonds and rubies on him, and he's glowing. Man, shut the hell up. That's stupid. Where do you get that from? So if you seen him, then the next person that say they seen him, oh, I seen the Lord, and he would look like jelly. So everybody got a different view of the Messiah, just like everybody got a different picture of Jesus. Your big mama got a picture of Tom. Your other mama got a picture of Bill. They all got different hair. That's Caesar Borgia. You see how stupid we are? That's Caesar Borgia. Man, stop the cap. Michelangelo made it. Stop the cap. But that's what we do. I told y'all, it's Christian doom. Somebody got to say something and stand strong. We're dealing with a lot of these black preachers that's uneducated. They in there making shit up as they go. None of that stuff is biblical. None of it. They don't know analogy, parable, metaphor, symbology. They don't know language. They don't know dispensation. They just get up there talking literal out the side of their freaking neck. And then you start singing. And then, okay, now everybody in the spirit trying to collect that paper. But what's going on in the community? I don't see nothing. Like my professor said, and the colleagues that I see in Flint, they say, man, you've done more work for people than these churches. And these churches get all these donations. They don't do half of what you do. I can come back to my city of Flint. If I was here for 6 months, or say if I just came back for a year and been here for a whole year, I'll make all these churches look stupid as hell because I'll be all on the news with my philanthropy that I do. I adapt me a school. I'll be the crossing guard, making sure them kids get safe across the street. I'll be doing that shit for free, and I'll be up there lecturing, helping them kids study, taking my time. And when I have my building, you can bring your kids to my building. Our bus to come pick them up and bring them to there. But the parents need to be donating that money before I can train them. And in the summertime, when the kid's out of school and you still at work, you can bring your kid to our building from 8 o'clock to like 4 or 5 to after you get off work. This is what this is about, community. It ain't nothing happening in the neighborhoods. Nothing. And that's where we can do this if people understand what we're doing. We taxes them for the federal government. We got to teach the right science. History, science, everything belongs to us. It needs to be done the right way. It needs to be done the right way. And we need to sit all these charlatans down. I'm telling you, it's a fact. I've been gone from the city of Flint for 12 years, and it looked worse. All the churches that I knew is less members and less members. It's no babies. Why? It's no single moms. Why? Because that preacher is out of touch. Most of them preachers, they don't even live in the community. After they get done preaching, they get their sorry, scary, short ass off that pulpit and go out the side door, film, and they church might be in Beecher. They live on the outskirts somewhere in a big stupid ass house. Totally disconnected from the community. And the churches be having a parsonage. Y'all know what a parsonage is? The parsonage is the house that the pastor's supposed to live in that the fucking church paid for. Excuse my candor. Because this shit is stupid. The parsonage is what the church paid for the minister, the pastor to live in the freaking community. And most of these preachers, they be like, I ain't staying around these niggas. How I know? I heard it. I've been around. None of these preachers in the city of Flint live by their churches, and all of them have parsonage. They ain't living in the neighborhood with these niggas. The big church on Saginaw Street, I forget the name, where Fuller was the pastor. I forget. I think it's Matt. I can't think of the name of the church. But anyway, when I was in Flint, I told you I used to be at all of them. They had a big brick house right next to the church. I heard the pastor, because I'm in a room with him, I ain't standing on there with these niggas. They're going to have to buy me a nice house. Then you already got an Escalade. He told the congregation, y'all ain't finna buy me no Buick. Y'all can either get me a Cadillac or a Tahoe. Ain't that a bitch? You gonna tell the people what to get you. Let the people buy me a goddamn Buick. That Buick gonna be clean as hell every day. I'm gonna be the happiest person in the world. I don't give a damn. I ain't finna tell nobody, y'all buy me a Buick, and then I say, y'all need to take that back. What I look like? What you mean what I look like? I'm rocking that Buick. This shit is crazy. I've seen this stuff. That's what I'm talking about. And a lot of these old people, they gotta sit down. And when I come in, they put their head down. Why? Because you know I know. And I talk just like this. Hey, when I speak, I'm gonna either clear up the room or fill it up. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Cause I ain't part of no bullshit. This stuff is a shit show. It's a freaking shit show. And it's been a shit show for a long time. You go to the church, you got all them fat ladies up there jumping around talking about they praise dancing. You're not praise dancing. Why you ain't teaching the kids this? All these people talk about, I got an education and this, and you got kids in the church that's failing, and you don't have 7th hour. The damn churches got basketball gyms and all that. And when I come back to the city, I know a guy that try to have basketball teams for kids and traveling teams. The churches try to have this man paying damn near $200 a day. So if this man have basketball practice 3 days a week or 4 days a week, you telling me the church want $800 from this man? That's some stupid shit. Well, why? How is the church a community service base? Oh, so if the church got a library and all that and classrooms, you telling me the community can't take advantage of that? You can pay a small monthly fee to use the facilities like the YMCA? This shit is stupid. I told y'all, it's stupid. All these churches got classroom and gyms, and it be closed. So that means you for profit. So if a young man, my homeboy, wanted to use, say, New Jerusalem Church, you telling me he got to pay y'all $200 a day? Well, then it's not non-for-profit. That's a fucking for-profit organization. Because you just say, hey, man, we donate this for you. We community-based. We want these programs we want programs for these kids. This is ministry. Well, you got to be a member of the church. I'm a member of the community. Isn't the church a community church? So that's how you get people to be members of the church. Retardo, fardo. You got to reach people where they at. And then say, oh yeah, I'm giving you something, give me something. Hey coach, why don't you have these kids come to a children's study? Have them come to a Bible study in Sunday school. Hey coach, brother, we need you to be part of you influence the kids. We need you to be the youth minister. You know, we need you to drive the van and go pick the kids up and we can barter together. That's what this is about, bringing community, bringing families together, but everybody chasing a dollar. And it ain't that much money in the city of Flint. It's only 70,000 people. But you chasing a dollar instead of working together with people that got skills like myself to figure out how we can get financed and how we can support our organization with the tax dollars that we giving Uncle Sam. And that's why it hurt my heart. I said, do I got to move to a European community? Do I got to move out to Howell, Michigan, where I graduated from Cleary University and deal with all Europeans? Because that's what I'm dealing with right now. And they understand me. That's why I be crying all the time by myself. I said, this shit hurt. That I can go around Europeans and talk just like this, and you can hear a pin drop, and they get all my books. I autograph them. They use me as a library. And then my brothers and sisters that be following me forever call themselves Moors and Christians and Muslims and Masons and all this, fall on deaf ears because you know I'm cleaning that shit up. Because you know I'm cleaning it up. And you know you ain't studied nothing. These is facts. And you know you don't support nothing. These is facts. And then a lot of our family that's going to die. That's why I said, we talk about generational wealth. How the hell we going to have generational wealth when the parents die and they bury all their money? Why generational wealth? Because it ain't like it was when our parents, back in the day, our parents can come and get a job at General Motors and make a whole bunch of money and retire. Jobs was plentiful then. People left down south to come to Michigan to work for GM. It ain't like that no more. These jobs pay pennies. Hell, and no job should be paying you less than $20. And $20 ain't shit, especially if you got an education. Here it is, you got an education and the person make more than you. You got to create some shit. Your family got to support. That's why I tell families, mothers and fathers that got that bag, man, you got to reach back and support your child, especially if they doing good work. That's community. That's generational wealth. Because a lot of our parents and things, they sacrifice and go to work. Now, we got gifts. We got skills. We got this internet. I'm an author. I've authored almost 20 books. I have a full library. I have a full ministry. And now I'm working on my brick and mortar in my city of Flint. Like my dad said, it's going to happen, son. Because once we get our small brick and mortar where people can pop up in and can come and I can teach them and parents can drop their kids off and I can teach them martial arts. I can teach them how to work out. I can teach them how to balance a checkbook, eating healthy, cleaning themselves up, take them goddamn hoodies off, keep your hair cut, know how to wear a tie, know how to fill out a resume, all these things to walk erect. That's what comes with me. And once we understand finances, it's over. But we keep thinking the government and the public system have to do our job, and it's not going to happen. We got to understand our tax dollars can be used to build our infrastructure. And I'm from my city of Flint. This is where I'm going to build my first infrastructure. I don't care if I have to get a small unit like I did in Arizona, because I did it before. If everybody know me, y'all go back on my YouTube channel, and you can see when I moved to Arizona, I had a whole building at first. Then I got a charter school. You telling me I can't do that work in my own city and go around the city like I've been doing every day to figure it out? All I need is me a small little plaza where I can be live at, where I can have my studio office, where I can have my library, because that's what it's going to be, where I can have my herb shop, because that's what it's going to be, so I can have all my beads, all my regalia. It's going to be a one-stop shop, and I'm going to be there a certain amount of times a day for counseling, and that's where I'm going to be live at, and people can drop in. That's what this is for, until we build. The Bible says, how you going to handle the hundreds and thousands if you can't handle the tens? My brothers and sisters, I need y'all help. I ain't afraid to ask for help. When I was getting my college degrees, I knew I needed help. I knew I needed my empress. I knew I needed my dad. I knew I needed my mom. I knew I needed all those pieces together to get what I wanted to get. That's the body. I need the pieces. This ain't about me. I ain't no multi-millionaire. If I was, then I'd just spend all my money and say, screw it, like I'm doing now. All the money that I get, I put it back in my ministry. Every dollar, I reproduce books. As y'all see, I got like 80 books printed when I came back home. I only got 40 left. I sold 40 books. I ain't even been here for a fucking week. To all Europeans. That shit had me crying like a mug. I was trying to go live that night, and I just started talking regular, and it was dark. People didn't see my tears. That shit hurt in my heart. I said, how can I go around Europeans and everybody talk about the white man this, the white man this, and they be in awe? They be like, well, you just Melchizedek. You just a high priest. You just a rabbi. Would you teach my kid? They know about Angelo Solomon, the first Moorish Mason. One European was like, you remind me of Angelo Solomon. I said, how you know about Angelo Solomon? They said, well, we study this. And they were like, I watch your videos. I'm like, golly. They're like, we know who you are. Can you sign your books? Absolutely. Took me to the vestibule. They got me right in there with my cap and gown on. I said, damn, when y'all take this picture? They're like, at the graduation. I said, why y'all got me here? Be like, well, you was one of the only brothers that graduated with honors at one of the hardest business schools in Howell, Michigan, where the damn grand wizard of the KKK lived. Ask my dad. Me and my dad was at Planet Fitness when I first started getting my undergrad degree. It was a brother in the locker room. He was like, Curry? I was like, what's up, brother? He was like, man. I said, hey, you in my class? He said, man, I had to quit that shit, man. He was like, that shit was way too hard. We got to do a capstone after every damn class. A capstone is like you got to put in writing what you say you know. So say if you've been cheating on all the tests, getting an A. Okay, now to pass the class, I don't care if you got an A in the class right now, you got to write a capstone off all the shit you know. They couldn't do it. They was like, man, my counselor told me before I quit, did he know me? He was like, I don't know that, brother. And the counselor was like, well, why you don't talk to him? Y'all sitting in class. We ran right into each other in the gym. I said, no, I ain't quitting, man. I said, hell yeah, it's tough, but I'm up for the challenge. My dad right there next to me. I told him, I said, I got accepted to University of Michigan, Michigan State, Ferris State. I looked at that curriculum. I could have did that shit with my eyes closed. This ain't no disrespect. That curriculum wasn't challenging to me because I didn't have to do no capstones. Shit, I looked at Cleary's. Oh, it was challenging. That's why I went to Cleary. I could have graduated from the University of Michigan, Michigan State. That ain't shit. It was simple. Cleary challenged me because I had to actually know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay, so you take an accounting class. Okay, well now do a capstone. Put it in writing that you know everything, all the formulas. Bam, do it. That's why can't nobody come to me with no semantics. I'm making you sit your ass down. I don't care if you black, white, purple, green, orange. I don't give a damn if you no politician, no preacher, no president, no police officer. So fucking what? Excuse my candor. I know my rights and I know who I am. I don't have to shut up. As long as I'm respectable, I know law. Because law governs all events. These is facts. And facts are stubborn, but so what? And that's what my professor said. He was like, no. He was like, your people are lost. He was like, how could you graduate from 2 universities if you didn't know what the hell you was talking about? How could you graduate from Grand Canyon University with a dual master's degree in first century history, religion, and linguistics if you didn't know something? And graduate with honors and go on the college campus every Wednesday and lecture to students and professors that's 2-time PhDs, that's the academic chairs of departments, and they be quiet as hell. All the professors got my books in the theology department. When I talk about business and things, I'm able to lecture, and they give me good donation. They're like, why don't you just be a contract professor? Hell no. For what? But then that means it's certain things that I can't do. I don't want to do that. I'd rather deal with the students. They got money in the student union, and that's how I do. And it's Allah's will and my will in line. The people will help us get our first brick and mortar. The people. And that's why I'm saying I don't need this money for me. Like somebody said, Sheik, ain't nobody gave you almost 20 years ago $250,000, and then to today almost $4 million. Ain't nobody gave that to you. But all these Negroes be talking about, oh, well, they gave somebody this amount of money to open up a school. You should be smart enough to know damn well the person don't have the aptitude to open a school, the manpower to open up a school, the resources to open up a school that's open 5 days a week. You got to have teachers, you got to have staff, you got to have principals, you got to have counseling, you got to have a food budget, you got to have maintenance. You know, the building got to pass the certain codes. Man, come on, man. I know how to do this the right way because I'm not taking our children from out of public school. Public school, you get your 1, 2, 3s and ABCs. To me, with me, you don't know who you are. I'm gonna teach you finances and I'm gonna teach you agriculture. We don't need to take our kids from public school. We want our kids to deal with public school, to know how to deal with other people, to know how to deal in scenarios. So when things happening with different races and different cultures and different adults, they can come to us and we can have counsel and to prepare them for the future. That's what this is about. We want our kids to deal with different nationalities, to be able to be international. But if you're not teaching this from in-house and you don't have mentors and spiritual heads to teach these babies this, they're not equipped, especially if they don't have it at home. It's my responsibility. And I'm trying to work to get my first brick and mortar in my city of Flint so my muftis can come and visit. If I would have had all my muftis when I first got started, when I moved to Arizona, I think we'd still have it today. But a lot of that stuff I did really on my own and with my dad, literally. We moved out to Arizona, and me and my dad and my mom and my wife sat down. We said, okay, son, you got to be in a position to be able to have this operating for a whole year without nobody giving you nothing. So I had to sacrifice a lot of my money. I had to sacrifice thousands of dollars. Just say, they're like, you sure you want to do this? Hey, I could have went and bought me an Escalade, brand new off the fucking showroom floor. Could have bought my wife a brand new car. I could be living in a big ass house right now. Everybody know that, the money I spent on doing things, and I'm gonna continue to do it. I could have bought my wife a goddamn, what she wanted, that Infinity truck, could have bought my Escalade. We could have paid cash for a crib when I first moved out there. But I said, no, babe, this is what I want to do. And I had a great wife that supported me and didn't tell me I was stupid because I wanted to do this. And always supported me and said, baby, it's okay. Watch what's gonna happen. Because you're gonna start getting paid a lot for a little. Because I'm getting paid a little for a lot of work I do. So in a minute, it's happening now. The Holy Spirit said, don't worry about it, brother, because you're finna get paid a lot for a little work you're doing. I'm telling you. I said, you really? They said, yeah. They said, man, people ain't sending all the charity work you doing. Here it is, people that follow my page that send me donations because they like what I've been doing. But like, brother, we've been following you ever since you used to take 100 kids to the Phoenix Suns games. I said, how you know that? They say, bro, we used to see that. You and your wife, you rent a van or had the parents pay the money and have the parents rent a van, and we seen you at the parks giving away tickets. We seen this on your page. Don't nobody do that. Don't nobody do that. I know how to get things done. We need the people. That's the only way we can have a brick and mortar. And we tax exempt for the federal government. I can give you a tax exempt receipt. So tell me why you don't want to support us. All my family and friends. And everybody be saying, oh, you should have this. You should have a big building. And the only way I can have a big building is we support it. And I give everybody a tax exempt receipt. And then everybody start getting into what we do. That's the only way. And we can show the world what real ministry is about. That's what this is about with me, man. Anybody got any questions? I got to do my little circuit workout. And then I'm going up to Mott Community College at about 2, talk to my professor, lecture like I do. I have a whole table where I give away my books, and I just have honor. Tomorrow I'll be driving to Howell, and I'll be going to my alumni, Clear University, and I'll be, distributing my books there, answering questions and things that people want, and I just have honor. And it's just sad that it don't happen here. It's just sad that all these brothers and sisters got podcasts and they call themselves Moors and they don't have me on their shows because they know I'm going to clean that shit up. And that scam is going to be erased. And I'm okay with it. But I've been a clean glass ever since I started, and I'm going to continue to be one. I'm just asking my people to support something that's real. Support something. When people talk about membership, man, a membership, I ask people, if you want to be a member of this, it's only $200 a month. But what I give you and what you get, you're going to get a taxes and receipt. That's not even 10% of your income. I tell people, you be wanting a tax return, and Uncle Sam took so much money from you. The whole thing is to support your charitable and contribution of your choice and divert those tax dollars to your religious and charitable contribution so we can do work, so we can buy our neighborhood, so our neighborhood can be a religious community. The only thing we own is our neighborhood and the churches and our books and our literature. Come on, family, I need y'all, man. This ain't about me, because I got enough. I got a great father. I got a great mother, that put a lot of work in. That's professionals. That's why I'm able to do a lot of this ministry that I'm doing. Just like even in my younger years, I worked a lot of jobs. I live under my means, so I'm allowed to vibrate like this. I'm telling you, I know how to take $1, spend $5, or I say take $1, right? I'm just giving an analogy. Spend 25 cents and put 75 cents away. I know how to do that. And that's what I be telling y'all. This shit be falling on deaf ears to my family. And, oh well, when family die, because a lot of family dying, they're going to have to reach out to me. It's a lot of skeletons in family colleges that they want to talk about. It's a lot of shit that happened in life, and they know I'm the one that you're going to have to come to. Because a lot of people are dying. It's a lot of law that brothers don't know. My mom and my dad right here. And they know who I am. They know how I represent. And it's just sad as hell that family don't support. It's just sad. And my dad said, well, your family love you, Kari. And I said, yes. But if you call yourself a Christian, a Muslim, or you call yourself righteous or poor black, why you ain't supporting your family? Like I get family jump on my page sporadically. Me and my dad were just talking about this, but they ain't consistent, are they, Dad? And my dad right here, we don't be hating on our family. When I first graduated from college, hell yeah, I was pissed off. I was mad at everybody. I said, Dad, this is some bullshit. I done wrote all these books. I have my ministry, family ain't support, but they'll jump on my page. They'll ask me for sending books and shit for free. Man, send me your books. You ain't even send me a fucking $20 donation. I send you all my books because I'm the author. They e-books. Negroes don't send me nothing. But then they go to church every Sunday, come home and talk about the church. And I say, how much did you get to the church? Oh, I gave my 10%. Who the fool? You a fucking fool. Excuse my candor. You a fool, and then tell me how great I am and don't support your own family. That's some sad shit. But if I was having big booty concerts and shit, and I call all my cousins, hey man, I got this big booty concert going on, the strippers, Negroes would be hitting me up all day. Man, cuz be having the big booty parties, I'm there. Negroes done been to prison, got families, and your kids don't know nothing about who they are. But they jump on my page sporadically. That's some sucker shit, flat out. And it ain't no disrespect to nobody. It's not. I love everybody. But family that grew up in ministry, that family might have been preachers and stuff, and they dead and gone, now what? We got too many secrets. For real. And I told y'all, social media today, you can't get mad at what I say because this is my TV show. Y'all watch TV show and comedies to hear people talk shit. I told y'all, that show Larry Reed, and Larry Reed got on there, and hell, I don't care if my family on here. He got on there, and them young bloods was on there. Can't be mad at me. This shit is, pull up Larry Reed show and pull it up yourself and see what I'm talking about. If you can't, listen, most comedians, the reason why y'all like them because they be talking about themselves. They be talking about real scenarios. Y'all think they be joking. This shit real. Why? Because the shit they be talking about, you can look back in your family and be like, yep. And so when I saw Larry Reed, somebody said, Sheik, are you kin to Young Bloods? And I said, yeah. And they were like, well, are these brothers on here your family? And I said, yeah. I called my mom. My mom told me the whole story, but she already told me before. And people want to act like it's a big mystery. Man, sit your scary ass down. The shit all over the internet. That's why I told y'all. Listen, what's done in the dark, come to the light. And when you have the internet now, can't get mad at me. I just told y'all what to pull up. Pull up Larry Reed on YouTube and pull his interview up with the Young Bloods. Now, since you mad at me, since my family want to jump on my page and don't support, pull it up. That's why they don't support. And then everybody wanted, I told y'all, people be predators. And then when predators come, we don't say nothing about it. We don't say nothing about the shit until it gets on the show, and then everybody want to try to, what they call it, they try to clean it up. Nah, man. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know what's going on.
No.
Huh? It's snowing, ain't it, Dad?
Yeah.
That's a form of grooming. In the Church of God in Christ, a lot of these things, that's what they call grooming. Y'all can't get mad at me. See? Because I've been in them circles. I used to call my dad. I said, Dad, these Negroes ain't shit. I was at a big conference, and I called my dad. I said, this Negro in the conference with a whole bunch of preachers, I ain't going to say their names because y'all know them all. This Negro said, watch me preach about a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I'm going to have these niggas going crazy. This is a big preacher that y'all love. Woo-hoo! He said, watch, I'm going to preach about a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, young preacher, and watch these niggas go crazy. Sure enough, you know what he said? You get the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You get the peanut butter. You put it on one bread. You get the jelly. You put it on the other bread. And you put it together. And what you got? He said, a peanut butter jelly sandwich. He turned around. Everybody was like, I looked around. I said, this is some stupid shit. No disrespect. Because I got a dad. My dad right here. Everything that I'm talking about, I had a conversation with my dad. They used to say, young preacher, you're going to be the next one. No, the hell I ain't. I'm not going to be the next one. No, I'm not. I'm going to be the one. I'm going to be the one, the truth teller. That's the what we call, my dad said, a change unit. That's acquired the wisdom. And just like the Messiah, the Jews crucified the Messiah for telling the truth. Wasn't the Messiah speaking justice last time I checked? Wasn't he persecuted by his own freaking people? For what? Speaking the truth. Persecuted by the Jews. Oh, what? So of course I should be persecuted by my own people. That's normal. And when I go to Howell, Michigan, everybody be like, you be in Howell where the Klan be? I'm not a nigga. I'm Sheik Goodman Bay. I'm 99 degrees. They already know who I am when I come. I don't get treated like you would get treated. And then they under the Quran. The Ku Klux Klan is under the Quran, the K-L-O-A-R-N. It's our Quran. They got the same tenets. They are fraternal order the same way I am. I'm chartered the same way they is. That's why when I be saying I know they charter, I know everybody charter, because I'm chartered. That's why. Smart guy. And people be mad. Who do you know in your family that gathered and compiled almost 20 books? Who do you know in life that's done that? And then I ask you if you my cousin or my family, do you got your cousin books? No. Well, are you spiritual? Yeah. You go to church, do all this? Yeah. But you don't got none of your cousin books? That man wrote 20 books. For real? Oh, yeah, I know. If you know, why you don't have them? That man got a whole library where he got 1 million books and documents. That man have Sunday school in the DAP class every Sunday and Saturday. But what do my family do? This pop on here sporadically. They won't hit me up or nothing. And we be the same age. No disrespect. It's a lot that I can help. And these people be having boys and girls, and we around the same age. So when your mothers and fathers gone, who gonna be the pillar in the family? Who gonna be the pillar in the family that you can come to and say, hey man, we need you to do this? Who gonna be? Y'all gonna have some jackleg, some stupid preacher that you don't know that ain't family to come and bury you? That shit be stupid with us, with misnomer black people. We'll let anybody talk over our life. And we be having this shit right in our own family. And that's why I'm gonna keep saying it, I'm gonna keep stepping on the neck. Family ain't shit sometimes. Excuse my candor. And I love everyone. Don't forget me wrong when I say I love every single person in this world. Family or not, I know my family love me. But when you're doing good work and your family talk all that church and God stuff, and when they want to know who you are and what you are, you should tune in. You should get the literature. But we don't. That's insanity. But that's what families do. You got too many secrets, man. We've been letting this shit boil over forever with these secrets, especially in ministry. And now it's out there. What can we say about it now? What can we say about it now? Because it's out there. And people sent it to me. I told y'all. Once again, I'm gonna say it. Larry Reed show, pull it up, where he interviewing the young bloods, and he talking about TD Jakes and what happened. And people be like, well, you can't talk about that. Man, shut your punk ass up. I'll talk about whatever the hell I want to. I don't give a fuck if there's no family. It shouldn't have happened. We shouldn't have let it happen. And here it is. They the ones talking about it. So now it's public information. It's public information, and it's out there. I don't care if they try to delete it. It's out there because people sent it to me. Pull up the Larry Reed show. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. And see, am I saying something that you don't like? I tell everybody to pull it up. Pull up the Larry Reed show where he interviewing the young bloods, and they telling it all. And that's why people be acting like, oh, he can't say nothing. No, they the one did the interview with Larry Reed. That's what I be telling people. And this was a long time ago. And I told y'all, people just don't become predators. They already be predators. They prey on people. They prey on people. That's weak, especially in the churches. I'm telling you, I know what it is. They call it grooming. You can be mad at me all you want. It's called grooming. Let somebody get on here and say something, then I'll start getting specific on that ass. You can't hide. You can't hide. And gospel is not like that. We should be able to tell the truth. The truth should make you free. 1 Thessalonians 5:21. Prove all things and hold fast to what is good. Prove all things and hold fast to what is good. If something going on ain't right, you got to call it out, or you a part of the bullshit. I'm not standing next to no trash. If we ain't going to clean it up and resurrect ourselves and put it out there and say, you know what, just like if you was a drunk or a person recovering over drugs, the first thing you got to do is admit you got a problem. And then you recover, and then you can talk about it, how you can heal other people. But people be trying to act like that's just the norm. No, that's not the norm. That's not the norm. That's some sick shit. And they get that from a lot of Europeans, from Greek mythology. See, I'm educated. In human sexuality, the Greek mythology, when you see those Greeks, they always dealing some shit with the kids. They call it grooming. Just like I'll show you NAMBLA. Y'all know what NAMBLA is? North American Male Boy Loving Association. See, that's what these Negroes got this shit from, but they ain't educated enough to tell you this stuff. That shit is NAMBLA, and that shit is grooming, coming from the Greek perspective. I'll show you this. Why you thinking all in the Greek books and the Catholic churches and stuff, you see the adult priest with a little baby in front of their genitals. Can't be mad at me. Y'all ever heard of NAMBLA? Anybody ever heard of NAMBLA on here? See, NAMBLA, N-A-M-B-L-A, is North American Male Boy Loving Association. That's what these Negroes under. Can't be mad at me. And then when they start talking, I'll show you that they're a part of this shit. That shit grooming. And that's what the Church of God in Christ, all them churches, that's what they be doing. They be getting them young men. Why you think these young men be confused? Oh, he's a prophet this. All them call themselves prophet is sweet. I don't have no problem with it, but tell the truth, shame the devil. Stop confusing people. Stop marrying women, all this, having babies, and your ass messing with men. That down low shit ain't right. Now, if you homosexual, nobody have a problem with it. That's your sexual preference. But when you down low, that means you tricking people. That means you a fucking fraud. You up here preaching to people about God, love, and to be honest and tell the truth and all this, but then you down low. Down low means you hiding. They're like, oh, I'm a down low crackhead, or I'm a down low scam artist. But I'm in the gospel, I'm preaching, but I'm down low. That means I got something to hide that I'm afraid of. Think about the psychosis of what I'm telling y'all, man. That's what the internet done. I told y'all, wisdom. Just like the demasculation of men. Me and my dad was watching all these commercials yesterday. All these commercials, they demasculating the men. Why all the misnumbered black men got to be homosexual? Ain't no disrespect to no one, but why? Why that's the norm now? All the men, the misnumbered black men shows, they got to be feminine. But why? Why we can't be masculine? Just like Dr. Francis Cress Wilson told us a long time ago, the demasculation of us. Just like Carter G. Woodson said, what? The miseducation of the Negro. All these secrets. And then these men that have been abused and touched, now they adults today. And they just in the church jumping around. And ain't no disrespect to no one, man. I've seen this shit with my eyes and nobody say nothing about it. I've seen these men abuse men in the church, and they say, man, when I remember him, Sheik, yeah, when I was young, he was the choir director at the church, and he woo-woo. I said, so y'all ain't saying nothing? And this nigga still a choir director today? He the choir director today with the same preacher? Oh, so these niggas know. Ain't nobody saying nothing? So that's potential. It's a process of them messing with the kids over. Ain't nobody saying nothing until they get adult. You got a whole bunch of grown men that's messed up in the fucking head because they've been touched or molested by the stupid ass preacher. I got too many stories. I got too many brothers that came to me. That's why, and they say, Sheik, of course you can tell a story. Just don't say my name. Cool. But I can talk about my family. I don't give a damn. I know too many brothers I've been in ministry and they tell me, they were like, oh, they've been touched by this preacher, by that preacher, and they know I know. And they be like, well, Reverend Goodman, can I talk to you? Hell no, you can't talk to me. You talk to that kid, you talk to that family, you go turn yourself in. Because you done that more than once. Ain't nobody messing with no kid once and then, I just had an urge once. No, that's what you do. And it's been happening for a long time. And now social media, because everybody love to put stuff on social media now it's out there. Can't get mad at me. This is my own podcast channel right now. This Kareem Goodman podcast channel. If you don't like it, jump the hell off. This is my podcast. This is when I talk current events and what's going on in the world. That's why brothers and sisters don't want to go to ministry. Why? Especially when they saw that stupid shit with Marvin Sapp. Talk about close the doors. And then you got all these celebrities in these fraternities talking about, he didn't say lock the doors. The churches don't have locks on them. Shut up, they do. I don't care if he said lock the door or close the doors. You don't keep nobody in to raise no more money. Nigga, that's ransom. That's ransom. Oh, this is a mega church. This is 1,000 people. So goddamn what? People give from the heart. Especially if they guess. That's some stupid shit. And then you look at, and then people say, well, don't touch my anointing. Shut up. You misquoting the scripture. Look at how this man dressed. All designer, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Prada. That's the shit that these preachers doing. They celebrities. Here it is, this man got on a Dior fucking big ass jacket. I wish I spent my money on a Dior jacket and I'm a minister. Something that costs thousands. And I got people out here that need to be fed and kids that's in school that need books and laptops and computers. But I got it on Dior. Man, go sit down somewhere. And you look at all these Negro pictures, they got on all designer clothes. That's what y'all paying for. You paying for their lifestyle. You heard what he said? It costs to sit up here. Man, go sit down. And ain't nobody gonna call that stupid shit out? None of us. We just gonna get in there and try to cover up for it. Just like Hezekiah Walker came to somebody church that I know in my family, came down there and stopped them from having service on Sunday to fucking Saturday, and came with that dumbass excuse. Sunday, that's the day of the rest. Sunday, there's the food. The Sunday, that's when you went to the tabernacle, and that's when the Yahshua was going over the scriptures. Stupid. That's the time you gave your time to the Lord. The Sabbath is for God. And if we come together and have ministry, that's what it's for. And then you got to use your brain. Saturday, you might work on Saturday. That might be family day. So Sunday, we come together. We don't work and we don't do nothing. And we give glory to God. When? On Sunday or whatever you call it. The day of our rest. The day to give God glory, which you give it every day. But that's a set day. That's a Sabbath day per se. But you let these preachers come from Lord knows where to tell your congregation that y'all ain't gonna have church no more or gathering no more on Sunday, and y'all stupid Negroes say okay and have it on Saturday, and then the jackleg leave. Okay, so if you got ministers in your church that got a following, you can't have service on Sunday for the people that still want it, well then, that ain't no church. That's a goddamn cult. That's some dictator shit. You got this whole building, and the building wouldn't be paid for without the people because the building is tax exempt. Or if it's federal mandated, whatever. But the church is the people. If the people stop coming, it's no church. It's a building that's gonna sit and get tore up. But then here it is, this man, this entertainer, this singer come to a church and a preacher, you could tell when they suckers because I ain't saying the name and I ain't saying who church it was. The preacher in the church was messing around with one of the women in the church, one of the white ladies in the church, and gonna make her leave. But here it is, you a pastor. They say, well, he's just a man. You ain't just a man. You're supposed to be a God man. You ain't supposed to be dealing with that, looking at that like that. Make her feel all bad, make her leave. No, y'all should have kicked the stupid ass pastor out the church, making a woman feel uncomfortable. But the pastor married everything, he's sleeping with a woman and make her feel bad. Man, y'all people is stupid. And then the preacher come and have y'all stop having service on Sunday to Saturday. Man, gone. I know what that shit is about. That's why none of these dumb preachers come to me with that stupid shit. And when I go to Howell, Michigan, when I minister and lecture to my European colleagues, they educated. They like, well, you just educated. You different. You Melchizedek. Don't your family know who you are? Don't your family know you authored all these books? Don't your family know that you a potentate? Don't your family know that you a sheik? Don't your family know that you 99 degrees? Hell yeah, they know. They see it. Yeah, they know. Don't your family know that you be going to all the prisons, teaching? You've been doing this for years. Don't they know that? Don't they know that you got a bachelor's degree and a master's degree? That you know what you're talking about? Come on, man. That's why it fall on deaf ears. And family, they always go and pick other people, but you have it right in your family. You have it in your family. Here it is, I got cousins my age, they don't even lift their own cousin up. That's anointed. But we have people in our family that was preaching and all that. We'd go to their church and they old saying some of the most outlandish shit. And we don't say, okay, your time is up. Our cousin, my nephew, my friend, whatever, he's the one. We got to support that shit. And we don't. But family will come travel all the way to town to bury somebody. Don't come to my fucking funeral because I'm getting burnt up. I'm getting cremated. I don't want nobody coming to my funeral that don't see me and crying with them fake ass tears. I don't want none of my fake ass brothers coming to my funeral. I'm burnt up. I'm cremated. I'm done. It's a wrap. Yeah, man, you ain't gonna see me. Why? Because I'm in the flesh. You celebrate me today. Why we always got to deal with each other when we dead? Oh, he was a good person. Man, Kareem was anointed. He wrote all them books. Man, I'm alive now. And then when I die, you have more people at your funeral than when you alive. Man, that shit capped with me. That's why I tell people, no, you ain't got to worry about that. You celebrate my fucking death. No, you ain't. Celebrate me now. I'm alive. Because when my flesh gone, it's already in my living trust. Burn me the hell up. If I go before my parents, burn me the hell up. If I go before my wife, burn me the hell up. Because I don't want nobody coming to my funeral talking about, oh, you don't know me. Family, I got family that we don't even freaking talk. I got cousins the same age, we don't even talk. And they grew up in ministry. Confused because they don't know who they are. They confused. They think they Negro, black, and colored, and African American. They confused. I got family that been in prison, false accused of things, and the wisdom that I know, you should be one of the first brothers that's under your cousin. But we don't. And then I ask them, well, what church you go to? Is your minister anointed? Do he teach you? Is he teaching your kids? Do they got sports teams? No. I be seeing Negroes posting welfare shit, Section 8 bullshit. That's what I be seeing people post. They can be mad at me. Oh, Section 8, they got house, cheap house. That's what your sorry ass want, some fucking welfare? And then you call yourself a man. No, the government is your daddy when you promoting welfare and Section 8. We ain't promoting no welfare and no Section 8. We pull ourselves by our bootstraps. We're tax exempt. We have a religious community and we use our tax dollars to donate to our infrastructure and we build from within. But I'll be seeing all these misnomer black people in church talk about they free and they God's people and everything you want from the government. The churches be ran by the FBI, which is the faith-based initiative. The faith-based initiative. That means it's government mandated teaching. That you get them funding from the government and you teach this basic curriculum. And I call it Eurocentric and Negrocentric propaganda, the same way in the schools. Right now, I can get all my family, my cousins that's my age, and they got kids. Because one of my cousins on my Facebook page right now. I can get their kids right now, sit them down, get a black doll and a white doll, and I say, which doll smart and which doll ugly and which doll pretty. I guarantee you that 99.9% of these people kids gonna pick the white fucking doll. I guarantee you, because I already done it. I asked them, are you free or do you come from slaves? They're gonna say they slaves. I'm gonna say, are you black, African American, Negro, or Moorish American? You know, specifics. They're gonna say Negro, black, African American, which all misnomers. Black has no standing in law. Black wasn't even used to describe ethnicity in the first century. But most of our brothers and sisters not educated. On this black church, put dead in front of everything you think black. Dead banks, dead relationships. That's why black has no standing in law. Oh, we need black dollars. Black dollars ain't shit. Ain't no such thing as black dollars. and everybody call themselves educators. Black is an adjective. The top of my cup is black. My hoodie is black. But what do I have on? A sweatshirt. I don't say I have on a black. I say I have on a black sweatshirt. I can have on a white sweatshirt. What is it? White is just describing the color of the sweatshirt. Adjective. And just like in Spanish, negrito mean black. That's what they call black beans. Negrito beans. Why? Because the beans black. They don't call them Moorish beans, do they? Even though synonymous, even though, you could say black and Moor synonymous, but when we do it the right way in the proper context. Because in Spanish, negrito mean black. That's why they call them negrito beans. And my dad right here, we freemen. They try to call you Berber, and then they try to use the negative connotation of Berber as barbarian, but we know we named ourselves, and we Amazigians, free men. We always been free men. In Thomas Jefferson Quran, they'll call you a Berber, a Corsica, a pirate, all free. But our people are lost due to a lack of knowledge because history and spirituality go together. And a lot of our preachers and family members are not equipped. I'm the one that's equipped for it. My heart is pure. I've been homeschooling this with my mother, going through IDMR, and I'm educated. And I know what I'm talking about. And I can use all holy books. And I can use the Bible to show you that the misnomer black man is the father of civilization, proved by the Bible alone. I don't give a damn what no Negro say, or no European, or anybody else trying to tell you something that's not. If you believe in the truth and the history of the Bible, you got to believe with me. You just ain't study it. Talk about some curse of Ham. All of misquoting the language that these Negroes don't know. And these preachers don't know. They just make it up, and you cannot arbitrarily explain scripture. These is facts. But the scripture gonna whoop you. The scripture gonna whoop you. And a lot of my family, especially males and females, they unequipped. And like my professor said, you done wrote 11 books. They're like, I know all your family have it. And I just be honest, I say no. My mom, my dad, all my muftis, a lot of the people I graduated with from Cleary with, a lot of people I graduated with from Grand Canyon University, because I got my dual master's degree, they have them. But a lot of my friends I grew up with in high school, alumni, nope. A lot of my family that be on my pages, no, they don't. And I just be honest. People ask me, they be like, I know your family proud of me. Yeah, my mom and my dad is, because they always tell me. My daughter is, my wife is, all my muftis. A lot of people that see me in general that ain't grew up with me all my life, they be like, man, they so proud of the work I'm doing. They know that your parents so proud. And I say, hell yeah, my parents are proud of me. My parents are my biggest supporters. My mom and my dad, my best fucking friend. My mom and my dad is my biggest supporters. My mom and my dad support everything. They're like, we support everything you do, son. Our family might not never get it. That's their fault. You keep doing you. But I'm damn sure gonna talk about me. I'm gonna talk about me because I don't give a damn about nobody else. If I was courting a woman, I'm not gonna be talking about you. Negro, this is about me. I'm gonna talk about all the magnanimous stuff that I can do and how I grew. And if I'm a minister, which I am, and I'm part of the gospel, the history, I'm not gonna stand next to no fraud or nobody that's teaching wrong. I gotta be the change unit like my dad has always told me. You have to be okay with being the change unit. You have to be okay with being a Messiah for this dispensation. You have to be a prophet and an angel. What did our 101 say, a prophet and an angel? A man that's clothed in the flesh, that's gonna teach the truth. I am him. I love y'all, man. I'm about to do my power workout. I'll see y'all later tonight for a later deal. Family, support your brother. Hit me up. But I know it's not gonna happen. That stuff fall on deaf ears. And like I tell a lot of family, I'll see y'all at my funeral. I just keep it real. They be like, don't say nothing like that. Man, please, I ain't saying no death on me. But I'm saying, hey, I'll see you at my funeral. Because that's the only time that I'm probably see a lot of my family that be on my page. Because we don't deal with each other no other time. If somebody go to prison, we want to collect dollars. Help Booney Farnworth get out of prison. Man, we ain't helping nobody get out of prison. If you a criminal, we ain't supporting nothing that's real to help you from going there. So once again, I love everyone. Family, we got to start supporting family that do real things. All we support is niggertainment. We be happy because people be entertaining. You ain't making no money off of that. You can be proud of an entertainer in a family. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's just entertainment. After that don't mean you righteous. That don't mean you know what you're doing. That don't mean you helping your community. That's cool. You an entertainer. That's great. Now what? Now what about the family? I'm telling y'all, man, and if you don't know finances, a man or woman that has something, you can lose it just as fast as you got it. Because I know people that have hundreds and hundreds of thousands. They don't have poo diddly now because they don't understand the value of a dollar. They want to educate it on the dollar. I know people right now buying cars and buying all this stuff, and you young. By the time you get in your 30s and 40s, if your career over, you have to get a job. You should be stacking your bread. But a lot of these people don't have financial advisors around them that listen. A lot of us just have our moms around us. We don't have the right people around us, especially if you got a family member that can keep you on your square, that can keep you in shape, that can keep you on your finance and say, well, you got a money manager, let's audit the auditor. What you mean? Let's audit the auditor. Because if you don't know nothing about your money, this person can be stealing a couple of dollars from you. When your career over, they could have stole millions of dollars from you your whole career. But you don't know that. But I do, because I follow that bag. I'm going to audit the auditor. Oh, I got a money manager. Oprah told everybody, Negro, you got somebody paying your bills, writing your checks. Fool, you better pay your own bills. Or you done got all besides yourself. You got to have somebody paying your bills and telling you how much money you got. You a fucking fool. If anything, I'm watching my money and I'm creating my own nonprofit. Why? So I can do community work. So I'm not just giving my money to Uncle Sam. I will find, if I'm from the city of Flint, right? And I know me, and I'm an athlete. I'm dealing with me. Why? Especially I like what you're doing. I'm going to support you, and I'm going to help you build your platform up. So when my NBA days over, we got our own facility. We got our own school. We got our own platform. I'm coming to this. I helped you do this. And I told all my friends that's in the NBA and other sports, we need to support our brother. Because the money that you pay in your taxes is going to a private banking system. We can support this brother, and he can give us a tax-exempt receipt. Now this man have this big infrastructure. Look how he's teaching all these kids summer school, computers, spirituality, health and wealth, finances, how to be entrepreneurs. That's what this is about. It ain't no libraries in the urban neighborhoods. It's no libraries in the urban neighborhood. The only library I've seen in the city of Flint is the same library that's right across the street from Central, right next to Central High School. I don't know no others. I don't know no other libraries in our community. None. So we don't have no. So the kids don't know about J.A. Rogers, John Henry Clark, Ivan Van Sertima, Amos Wilson, Dr. Francis Cress Wilson, Dr. Ben. They don't know about none of that. Sheikh Anta Diop. They don't know about none of our scholars. They don't know about me because they don't have no library to go to. They don't have one. I'm gonna build the first library at our temple with computer labs and all our books and their history books that our people wrote and Europeans that wrote of who we are. I need the people help. I need the people help. People always talk about helping this, helping that, but then you got a cousin that's doing something right now that's established. You won't help him, but you want to help everybody else. I come to your city right now, just like I'll be coming home and going to all these other places ministering at European churches, and people be like, oh, well, I'll go to this church. This is my family church. You ain't have me come minister. You ain't have me come minister, but I minister at European churches. Or I go to my European Masonic houses in Arizona and I lecture. Or I go to college campus, but I know all my friends, they go to churches and been there for years, don't have me come speak. Farrakhan be all in the churches teaching. That's why I said our people lost due to a lack of knowledge because they refuse to learn. If religion make you so good as peace, why people that read the Bible and the Quran and all this, they don't understand the synchronicity. And y'all separated. When a person see me with my she-mag on, they think Negroes think I'm some Muslim. And that's all Bible. That's how I know Negroes don't read the Bible. My she-mag is in the Bible. The turban with the jewel on it is worn by the high priest. That bonnet with what Muslims call kufi, that's run by all the Levites. Our tunic, cotton or silk with the embroidery, all in the Bible. With the fringes on it, all biblical. Our fez, all biblical, is our national headdress that Masons adopted. All historical. So now what? So it ain't nothing else to say. Well, you say Islam, yeah, I self Lord Master, Allah, arm, leg, arm, head. Just like we say Yahweh. Allah is man, standing up, perpendicular. The same way when I take YHWH and stand it straight up, it symbolizes man. I'm showing you that God and man is one. It's nothing outside yourself. Anything outside yourself is true shirk. Christians say, when you die, you're going to go to heaven. Muslims say, when you die, you're going to have 99 virgins. Well, both of you stupid because the Bible says you want the same thing on earth as it is in heaven. That's what the Bible say. So you clearly got to be stupid. Oh, well, I can't wait. I got to be right because when I die and go to heaven, you a fool. The Bible says, what is it, your Lord's Prayer? Y'all don't even know your Lord's Prayer. The Bible says you want the same thing on earth as it is in heaven. So what you got to wait to have righteousness, because I got righteousness right now. I got heaven right now. I just woke up this morning. My mom and dad here. I'm on this treadmill. I'm talking to you. Now we need to make it happen. Family and friends. Make it happen. I love y'all, man. Peace.